A judge openly insulted Jasmine Crockett in court. Just minutes later, he was in handcuffs. What happened next will leave you speechless. Jasmine Crockett was no stranger to intense situations. She had spent years in the legal trenches, first as a criminal defense attorney, fiercely advocating for those who couldn't afford a lawyer, and later as a congresswoman, where her voice became a powerful force against injustice. But today felt different. Stepping into the courtroom of Judge Howard Gates, a man infamous for his sharp tongue and unpredictable rulings, she knew this wouldn't be just another hearing. At stake was a major local government corruption case, one tangled, explosive, and capable of shaking not just careers but public trust in the system itself. The defendant? A wealthy developer with deep Republican ties, accused of funneling state funds into personal projects. The evidence? Overwhelming. And Crockett, now serving as a special prosecutor thanks to her ironclad legal background and relentless pursuit of justice, was ready. What she hadn't expected, however, was the sheer hostility radiating from the bench before she had even spoken a word. Judge Gates barely spared her a glance as she approached the prosecution table. Instead, he flipped through a file deliberately, dragging the silence into something heavy. Then, finally, without even looking up, he spoke. "Miss Crockett, I trust you have something worthwhile. Or should we skip to the part where you waste my time with theatrics?" A few chuckles rose from the back, mostly from the developer's legal team. Crockett ignored them. She'd dealt with worse. "Your Honor," she said, voice steady. "The evidence speaks for itself. This case is about the misuse of taxpayer money, and my job is to present the facts, clearly and accurately." Judge Gates leaned back, feigning boredom. "Taxpayer money, huh? Oh, sure. That's never been the basis of a baseless accusation before." Crockett's jaw tensed, but her tone remained controlled. "With all due respect, Your Honor, I wouldn't call charges of fraud and corruption baseless." Their eyes locked, his cold and calculating, hers firm and unwavering. But before she could continue, he cut her off again. "Miss Crockett, spare me the lectures. Get to the point. I don't have time to indulge your progressive fantasies." A murmur rippled through the gallery. Judges could be strict, but this was personal. Jasmine took a slow, steady breath. She could see it now. Gates wasn't just trying to control the hearing, he was trying to control her. Throw her off balance. Force her onto the defensive. But she wasn't about to let that happen. She picked up a folder and opened it. "Your Honor, I'd like to direct the court's attention to Exhibit A. These financial records clearly show." "Do you always drown people in paperwork, Miss Crockett?" Gates interrupted, voice dripping with disdain. "Or is this just your way of compensating for weak arguments?" The shift in the room was instant. The defense attorney smirked. Reporters exchanged glances. But Crockett? She didn't flinch. She let the silence stretch just long enough to make a point. Then, she clasped her hands together and spoke, calm and controlled. "Your Honor, if you'd like to make this personal, I'd be happy to request a recess to discuss any professional concerns you may have." It was subtle, not aggressive, not disrespectful, but sharp. A clear warning. She would not back down. Gates' lips curled slightly. Amusement? Annoyance? Hard to tell. But he wasn't finished. "Oh, I don't have concerns, Miss Crockett," he said coolly. "I just recognize a weak case when I see one." This time, gasps rippled through the room. A judge wasn't supposed to behave like this. This wasn't just hostility, it was something else. Crockett adjusted her blazer, straightened her papers, and met his stare head-on. "Then I suppose we should let the evidence do the talking." But as she spoke, she caught something in his expression. Not just arrogance, not just disdain. It was deeper, like a man with something to hide. And that's when it hit her. This wasn't just a power game. Judge Gates wasn't just combative for show. He had a stake in the outcome of this case. And what he didn't realize, she had a stake in it too. To be continued.